What's up, Blasianeers and Blasianettes? So I've been meaning to do this review for quite a while. Um, so there may be minor spoilers, at some point in the video. So I'm gonna let you know ahead of time before I get there. Now, going into this movie, I anticipated I was gonna be scared as fuck, like legit for realsy scared, and this movie really scared the fuck out of me. I mean, every time that the lead character Nancy would go surfboarding in the water, or when she's just swimming in the water in general, I would be terrified. I'm like, this motherfucking shark is gonna come out at any minute. and when it finally gets to that moment in the movie when she sees him for the first time and he launches onto her leg, I mean, like, even just seeing that happening in the movie, I'm like, yeah, this woman would be dead by now. She would be dying from blood loss. Her leg would not still be there. Her leg would be completely off off its hinge. You get where I'm going with this. Her leg would be there, gone, nothing, bleeding out everywhere. Like, really. I mean, when you see the shark bite on her leg, it looks like it looked like she got bit by maybe 5 piranhas and she just smacked them all off before they could, bite on her more. You know what I mean? That's how her shark bite looked. I mean, and when she tried to stop the bleeding, I was like, ugh. Like that kind of shit in movies make me cringe. Like when they have to do some stitching things with other stuff. I mean, oh my gosh. And every time when she would make an attempt to get off that rock and back to back to the shore, when she had to go back on land, I was like, no, I'm getting anxiety right now. I'm getting very bad anxiety right now. Oh man. And and then there was a moment, okay, minor spoiler. There was a moment in the movie. That was your minor spoiler. So cut away if you have not seen the movie, okay? Now there's a moment in the movie where she I guess where she sees somebody like waking up from a hangover. He's like on land in the sand, waking up, all waking up. She's trying to call out to him like, "Hey, over here, over here!" And he's waving. He sees her and he's waving back at her. And then he's saying, "Go in my bag, calls for help, call for help." And then he walks over to the bag. And then I'm thinking to myself, he's not gonna call for help. He's gonna take her shit and leave, right? And then that's what he attempts to do. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, this Mexican Super Mario looking Mexican motherfucker. I mean, like I'm like thinking to myself, and I'm literally thinking to myself, like, I hope this, like, you know what? I hope you are a piece of shit, and I hope, do humanity a favor. Just walk into the water and kill yourself. And that's what he did. I mean, he attempts to go into the water. He attempts to swim over to get her surfboard, and then he gets killed by the shark. Oh man, I was almost convinced that he was just gonna walk away and it was just gonna be a fucked up moment where you wish that that character died. Now, for those of you who get offended by suicide jokes or anything, I mean, I apologize in advance. I apologize. I mean, like, I did not mean to offend anybody. I mean, like, like almost everybody has that moment in movies where you're like, that person was a bitch. That person was a douchebag. I mean, I hope they die in the movie. I hope you kill yourself, or something like that, where you want the character to die. I mean, like, we all go through that. That's just investment in the story. So I apologize in advance. I don't wish the actor killed himself in real life. I'm talking about the character in the movie. So please do not get mad at me for that joke. Okay? All right. Carry on. Now, I have to say, with the final act of, like when it comes to the final act in the movie, that's when I was really, really frightened. I'm like, this woman is gonna die. And I felt like as she was sitting on that rock trying to figure out how to get back, on land, I felt like I was right there with her, like trapped on that rock, stuck on that tiny ass rock with her. Like, what the fuck do we do? What the fuck do we do? You know, and and I don't agree with how, with the ending results, or how the third act ended, like of how what happened, if whether she survived or not. I don't agree, because I'm like, ugh. Okay, for one, like when she first came across that shark and it bit on her leg would have been clean off, and she would have been dead right then and there, for realsies. So I'm just gonna say that right there, she would have died right then and there. But why that? I don't know. I mean, I mean, it's still a good fucking movie though, and I liked her story of, like what was she going through in her personal life, and why she's out there and she's getting away from all of that. And it's pretty damn cool. I mean, I anticipated, I was banking on being scared as fuck and having anxiety and everything, and this movie did that for me. And the adrenaline was high, where every time she jumped into the water in an attempt to go from that rock to back on land, I was like, no, no, no. Every time she was in the water, I was just like, even when you see the shark coming from a distance and he's coming, I'm like, get your ass back on that rock. But but that all being said, I'd say it gets 4.5 Chairmans out of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.5 bait. Oh, was that 5? Okay, if that was 5, then I apologize. But you know what? If he gets 5, he gets 5. I don't care. But yeah, I mean, despite that little, despite that bullshit moment, when he bit her leg, it was still a good movie overall. I mean, I think that was my only issue with the movie, is when he bit her leg and it's still there, and her leg is not clean off. But it is what it is. I mean, it's a movie, so what are you gonna do? But let me know what you thought of this movie if you have seen it. And if you enjoyed this review, make sure you thumb it up, and make sure you click subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.